Life in the wild is full of dangers, and when faced with them, every animal strives to survive. Sometimes this means engaging in fierce battles with adversaries. In this video, I offer you a selection of the most spectacular and sometimes even funny moments of animal struggles. Enjoy! The dog tried to eat a turtle, but it didn't account for the fact that turtles can bite too. Now the dog will surely avoid encounters with these reptiles. A tiger attacked a lone bull, and it seemed like nothing could stop it. But the bull refused to give up and tried to fend off the predator. Just in time, another bull came to its rescue, and the tiger had to retreat, leaving empty-handed. Rhinos are quite dangerous animals and can easily defend themselves. This is why even the strongest predators tend to avoid them. However, a rhino likely won't be able to stand against an elephant, and this video proves it. An orangutan decided to play a prank on some otters, but they didn't like the idea at all and decided to teach the prankster a lesson. The tarantula hawk is one of the largest wasp species on our planet. These insects hunt exclusively tarantulas. First, they paralyze the spider, then drag it to their burrow and lay eggs inside it to provide their larvae with a constant food source. The octopus was apparently so hungry that it chose a very large crab as its prey. Surprisingly, it easily dealt with the crab's hard shell, despite the crab's attempts to escape. The crane knew the lion wouldn't catch it, so it would occasionally tease the lion by appearing nearby. However, one day, it nearly became the lion's prey when its legs clumsily got stuck in a fence. Do you still think praying mantises are harmless insects? Then you must watch this clip and you'll change your mind. This mantis went on a real hunt for a hummingbird, and the bird couldn't do anything against this predator. This chicken certainly knows a thing or two about disciplining unruly chicks. It seems like the rabbit wanted to see who was more agile, it or the snake. Otherwise, why else would it hop around the predator instead of running away?
Oh, yeah, it's a big one.
What is this rabbit doing?
Alligators often have to defend their territory against other alligators. However, these two reptiles had a different reason for their fight, since they had already been living in the same pond for a long time. The cause of their rivalry is unknown, but their battle was quite epic and lasted for 45 minutes. Neither of the alligators suffered any serious injuries, except for one lost tooth. The leopard spent a long time trying to find a place to enjoy its prey. It sensed that someone was following it, so it climbed to the very top of a tree with the antelope it had killed in its jaws. At that moment, two hungry lionesses appeared near the tree, wanting to claim the prey for themselves. One of them climbed the tree and began to fight with the leopard. The leopard had to defend itself, so it let go of its prey, which was exactly what the lionesses wanted. The cubs of big cats are just as vulnerable as the young of any other animals. If left unattended by their mother, they can become prey to other predators, including birds. The dog acted like a true guard, bravely defending its owner's territory from a snake. It's worth noting that the snake was quite large and likely venomous, but the dog managed to grab it correctly, preventing it from biting. The rat chose the best strategy against a crow that was trying to attack it. The wildcat heard a strange rustling in a pipe and patiently waited for its prey. Amazingly, it was able to precisely calculate the moment to stick its paw into the pipe and catch the rat. A weasel decided to use a sneaky tactic to attack a seagull. It launched its attack from behind while the bird was in the water. But even then, it wasn't easy for the weasel to drag the seagull underwater. The cows tolerated the dog's behavior for a long time, but that couldn't last forever. Eventually, one of the cows grabbed the dog by the scruff and tossed it over the fence. Spotting a monitor lizard, the bird decided to attack and stun it before eating it. But it miscalculated and its hit wasn't strong enough for such a large lizard, almost becoming the lizard's meal instead. By the way, monitor lizards are always happy to feast on birds. The screw-horned goat was so eager to test its strength against the giraffe that it persistently challenged it to a fight. The giraffe just wanted to rest, but since the goat wouldn't leave it alone, it decided to find a quieter place to relax. The bird tried to peck at the rodent 3 times as it persistently peeked into her nest, but on the 4th attempt, she got a peck on the beak herself. In this clip, it's hard to tell who was hunting whom, but the short battle between these two underwater creatures, while brief, was quite impressive. Boldness can be a form of luck. This is probably what the pelican thought when it tried to steal prey right from an eagle's claws. However, its cunning plan failed miserably. Lions have an undeniable advantage over crocodiles on land and can easily kill an adult one. This is why crocodiles try to avoid encounters with them. But in the water, the situation is reversed, and sometimes lions even have to give up their prey to crocodiles. Sometimes, not only dogs can serve as great guards, but other domestic animals too. Watch how this donkey perfectly handles a hyena that wandered onto its territory. It's hard to believe, but things like this do happen sometimes. This puppy may be naive, but it is also very brave. Just look at how it fearlessly scared off an alligator. When the bear realized that the tiger could climb trees just like him, he didn't lose his cool and still managed to scare off the predator. After bumping heads, these two rams immediately forgot they were about to fight. Somehow, a white rat managed to kill a cobra, even though it should have been the cobra's prey. In this footage, you can see the hunting method of the rare spider-tailed viper. This snake has a unique tail that looks like a solifuge spider, which many birds love to eat. During the hunt, the viper camouflages itself among rocks and wiggles its tail, and then attacks the bird that wanted to eat the spider, unaware that it was actually the predator's tail. After what seemed like a weak hit, the little crab lost its claw, but who knows, maybe this crab can shed its limbs on purpose, like a lizard with its tail. A jaguar noticed an otter and thought it would make an easy target. However, within seconds, more otters emerged from the water, making it clear to the predator that it was better not to mess with them. The jaguar made the right choice and quietly disappeared into the jungle. Starfish are predators that hunt mollusks. However, this time, things didn't go as planned, and the starfish chose prey that was definitely too much for it to handle. While hunting, a serval came across a snake hiding in the tall grass. The cat's excellent reflexes allowed it to dodge the snake's bite, but the serval wasn't in a hurry to leave and even considered attacking the snake. The snake, however, was not ready to give up and did everything it could to defend itself. In slow motion, their encounter looks absolutely mesmerizing. The weasel was so focused on hunting the rabbit that it didn't even notice the presence of a person nearby. But once it did, it let go of its prey and ran away. The snake was confident that it wouldn't go hungry when it managed to grab the frog by the leg. But the frog turned out to be much more agile and managed to escape from the predator without any trouble. To avoid becoming prey to a snakefish, a pufferfish would inflate its body every time it ended up in the predator's jaws. This worked several times, but when a larger fish with a bigger mouth arrived, this survival method became ineffective. However, in most cases, by inflating, pufferfish managed to save their lives from smaller predators. Komodo dragons are the largest lizards on our planet. Their body length can reach 4 meters, and they can weigh up to 130 kilograms. Usually, these lizards feed on large ungulate mammals, particularly deer and wild boar. But this Komodo dragon decided to test its strength against a buffalo, though it didn't work out for him. I think many will be surprised by the fact that praying mantises sometimes attack small snakes. With their sharp spines on their forelegs, they grip their prey's body tightly, and then their powerful jaws come into play. Most often, reptiles don't stand a chance in a fight with a mantis, but it seems this snake chose the right strategy and decided to strangle the insect with its body. Animals that can't boast a large size have many defensive tools and skills that help them survive. For example, this crab managed to frustrate the bald eagle so much that the predator wanted to get rid of its catch as soon as possible. It was hilarious. Capybaras are very cute and harmless animals. Just look at how long this capybara ignored the playful antics of a small goat. But even these animals can run out of patience sometimes. A black bear was so hungry that it decided to sneak onto a homeowner's property. It didn't find any food, but it did have the misfortune of meeting a real guard dog, ready to defend the house from any intruder, even a dangerous wild animal. And the dog handled it perfectly. A young rhino calf just wanted to watch the fight between two adult males, but one of them didn't like it at all and attacked the baby. The poor thing experienced the full force of the enraged rhino and cried out in fear. But even that didn't stop the adult, as he continued to toss the calf with his head. Fortunately, the male eventually calmed down and the calf managed to escape. It's unclear what this camel wanted from the horse. Perhaps it wanted to make friends or win her affection, but it clearly didn't know that it's better not to approach horses from behind. However, the horse's kick only encouraged the camel, and it began to bite her soft spot. Although caimans are dangerous predators, they should never let their guard down, as even they can become someone else's prey. A buffalo tried to show a lion that it was bigger and could fight back. Unfortunately, at that moment, a second lion appeared, and the buffalo no longer stood a chance against the predators. Every time African herbivores need to cross a river, they face serious danger because many of these water bodies are teeming with crocodiles. However, some of them, like this zebra, manage to escape the predators and reach the shore. The fight between two male grizzly bears demonstrates just how strong and dangerous these animals are. Just imagine if another animal had been in place of one of them. It likely wouldn't have had any chance of staying unharmed. Thanks to its agility and small size, this warthog managed to literally leap out of the jaws of a hungry lioness. To finally escape from the predator, it had to run at its maximum speed. By the way, warthogs can run at speeds of up to 50 kilometers per hour. Cone snails are among the most venomous animals on our planet. Additionally, they use a sophisticated method of hunting. First, they extend their tongue and shoot it out like a harpoon, poisoning their prey, and then they suck the victim into their mouth. As you can see, their mouth can even hold a small fish. This marmot found itself trapped one-on-one against an experienced hunter. The poor rodent didn't even know what to do and just stood frozen, awaiting its fate. Hyenas targeted a giraffe calf, which was still weak and couldn't run away from them. These animals often hunt in packs, leaving their prey no chance. But this time, the giraffe calf was lucky because its mother quickly reacted and was able to drive the hyenas away. The predators had no choice but to admit defeat and flee. The raccoon's encounter with the crocodile turned out to be much less dangerous than you might expect, and this was true not only for the raccoon but also for the crocodile. Have you ever seen alpacas fight? If not, this video was definitely made for you. You'll agree, these battles look quite cute and even funny. The rat's attack looked quite confident. Just look at how boldly and persistently it jumped at the rooster, but in the end, it miscalculated its strength and got knocked out. Every mother can sense when her child is in danger and is always ready to protect her baby. This elephant showed just that kind of behavior, even though she was facing a dangerous predator. A kitten was testing its mother's patience, bothering her while she tried to rest. Eventually, the mother cat got tired of the kitten's antics and decided to show her little one that this behavior wasn't acceptable, though she had her own methods for teaching this lesson. This young cat thought it outsmarted a dog and managed to sneak up on some tasty food while the dog was sleeping. It stole a small octopus from the bowl, but the octopus turned out to be alive and punished the furry thief by sticking to its face. Two female gorillas had a disagreement, leading to a fight. This behavior didn't sit well with the male, and he quickly stepped in to calm the furious fighters. When these dogs decided to chase a kangaroo out of the waterhole, they didn't know what they were up against. Kangaroos are indeed very strong animals that use powerful kicks with their hind legs for both defense and attack. And of course, they won't let themselves be mistreated. You might think a sloth would be easy prey for an ocelot, but not at all. The elephant was confident that there were no dangerous predators in this puddle, so she brought her calf there. However, she was mistaken and a crocodile was lurking in the muddy water. The elephant didn't panic and quickly managed to save her baby from the hidden predator. I'm sure you missed what fell on the duck and stunned it, so I suggest watching this moment again in slow motion. Now you see that it was a falcon. These birds have a fantastically lightning-fast attack speed from the sky. To this kitten, the tiger cub seemed like a giant beast, but the kitten wasn't scared and showed all its bravery and determination. In the end, it turned out that the tiger cub got scared, not the kitten. A puppy, in its naivety and foolishness, decided to play with a crab. It barked at it for a long time, sniffing it, but when the puppy decided to taste it, the crab clamped its claw on the puppy's tongue. Well, this will be a lesson for the puppy. A wildebeest chose the shallowest part of the waterhole to quench its thirst. This place seemed safe, so it was incredibly startled and made a fantastic leap when a predator jumped at it from the water. Kangaroo fights are very reminiscent of boxing matches. However, when it comes to animals, their battles are much more spectacular and interesting. In this fight, the scorpion should have won, but for some reason it didn't, allowing the Black Widow to immobilize the female scorpion and take her babies. After much effort, the snake finally managed to catch a toad. However, its prey turned out to be not only too big, but also poisonous. The toxins on the toad's skin quickly forced the snake to retreat. This rooster probably decided to test its agility, which is why it began to annoy a horse by walking under its hind legs. Of course, this is a very risky activity, but the rooster was lucky this time. Geese are fearless and very confident birds. When it comes to protecting their territory or offspring, they're ready to attack anyone, and sometimes they chase other animals just for fun. They don't even care that this is a real tiger, albeit still a cub. A herd of buffalo can pose a serious threat to lions. Nevertheless, two lionesses still decided to attack one isolated buffalo. Initially, the herd abandoned the lone buffalo to its fate. However, when the lionesses were already celebrating their victory, a few buffalo decided to help and managed to drive the hungry predators away, leaving them without their meal. When a seagull tried to attack penguin chicks, it probably didn't realize that these birds are very smart and always protect their young. As a result, the seagull had to face the attack of the chick's parents and admit defeat. Just look at how sweetly the penguin comforts its chick at the end of the clip. Orcas are incredibly intelligent marine mammals that develop sophisticated hunting tactics depending on the size of their prey. These animals hunt not only fish and seals, but also whales. Only male orcas participate in this type of hunt. As a group, they attack the whale, biting its throat and fins, preventing it from reaching the surface. Often, the whale becomes helpless in such a battle. The situation captured in this clip might seem staged because it's hard to believe that a predator could be so unlucky. But in reality, nature is full of unpredictability, and sometimes the prey turns out to be much craftier than the hunter. The fish was very surprised when its prey literally jumped into its mouth. But just when it seemed like the outcome was clear, something went wrong. The lion had been trying to tolerate living in the same enclosure with tigers for a long time. However, the tiger's behavior crossed all boundaries, and the lion decided to show them who the true king of the jungle is. If you think a swan is easy prey for any predator, you're mistaken, and this clip proves it. This monkey tried to escape from a predator, but during its leap, it miscalculated its strength and unfortunately still became prey. It's a pity, as it fought so hard to save its life. The cows approached the geese nest, and of course the birds tried to stop them. Surprisingly, the cows not only stopped but even seemed a bit scared of what the geese might do next. This horse encountered a turtle for the first time and decided to study this strange object. I think this meeting will stick with her for a long time, especially when she got scared as the turtle suddenly stuck its head out.
Oh, I got that on there too. That's great.
The duck not only outwitted the tiger, but also left him completely confused. Just look at the expression on the predator's face when it couldn't figure out where its prey had disappeared to. Unfortunately, in this battle, the turtle's shell didn't help it defend itself, as the snake found its weak spot. Among all the possible prey, the shark chose an electric moray eel, which tried hard to save its life using electrical charges. Although this ability often helps them defend against sharks, this time luck was on the predator's side. The giraffes were curious to meet the geese, but the goose saw it as a threat to its family. At first, it tried to scare off the annoying animals, then it started attacking them. The goose wasn't intimidated by the size difference, and it scared the giraffes so much that they ran away. Two birds fought over prey for a long time, and in the end, the stronger one won. This buffalo was so confident in its strength that it rushed to help its fellow even though several lionesses were nearby. A leopard was curious to see if a porcupine could become its prey. Each time the leopard tried to touch it with a paw, the porcupine would turn its back and the leopard would encounter its quills. This happened several times, but when a quill got stuck in the leopard's paw, it realized that this was not an animal worth messing with. The strength of bees lies in their numbers and unity. They often face attacks from predatory insects, and these two factors allow them to protect their hive. Even though the dog was incredibly frightened by its sudden encounter with a leopard, it showed great bravery and tried to intimidate the wild cat. It's safe to say the dog did a great job. Geese are birds that in general fear no one. They may experience fear in the face of danger, but they still maintain their confidence and show their readiness to attack. Amazingly, this almost always works. A lone bison can become easy prey for large predators, and although it initially seems that the animal will be able to fend off the bear, the predator still ends up victorious. This cat certainly has no shortage of audacity. Just look at how it snatched a piece of meat right out of a giant crocodile's mouth. Perhaps the cat didn't even realize it was a very dangerous predator. A little puppy decided to chase a goose off its territory and show its owner what a great guard dog it was. The bird tolerated its arrogance for a while, but eventually let the pup know that she wasn't one to mess with. In a fight between a fox and a cat, the cat won without question. It didn't even have to do much except land a paw right on the wild predator's face. This horse tolerated the dog's antics for a long time, which is surprising in itself, but everything has its limit, and in the end, the dog got what it deserved. Although crabs have a hard shell and powerful claws, these defenses don't help much when hunting marine creatures with even more impressive defenses, like sea urchins. A zebra found itself in danger and nearly became a victim of a big cat. However, it managed to time its kick with its hind legs perfectly. Notice how powerful these animals can kick. That blow was enough to knock the lioness off her feet. The battle between the sea snake and the moray eel looks more like a dance than a fight. And I suggest you enjoy this little show, especially since their duel ended in a draw. Young lions were both surprised and thrilled when prey came to them on its own. However, they didn't realize that it was an armadillo, and eating it wasn't as easy as it seemed. After trying for a long time to crack the tough shell, the lions eventually got bored and gave up. It may seem surprising, but sometimes lionesses have to hide in small trees from other predators when they sense that the enemy has the upper hand. Porcupines pique the curiosity of many animals, but only until they touch its quills. What happens when two snakes of different species decide to attack each other? Most likely the larger one will win, but in this clip, nothing really happened. It seems that this animal didn't fully realize how it managed to escape from the crocodile's jaws and survive. The monkey probably mistook this snake for a banana, but after tasting its tail, it realized it was something very unpleasant. This video demonstrates the authority of a herding dog. The herd only had to see her for them to turn around in unison. This chicken can definitely be called the bravest mother. Just look at how courageously she defends her eggs from two cobras, not allowing them to even approach the nest. The zebra decided to test its strength against a giraffe, but one neck strike was enough to make it abandon its plan.
Oh my goodness.
Hippos are very territorial and are not ready to give up their space, even to their own kind. This is what their battles look like. although it's unclear how they determined the winner.
That is on there. So they need to attack.
The eagle watched the herd of mountain goats for a long time and picked out one of their young as its target. Then it swooped down from the sky, grabbed the kid with its sharp claws, and flew away with it. It's quite a sight, as the kid looks quite large compared to the eagle. Sometimes lions will attack rhinos. This usually happens when the rhino is vulnerable, like this one, which got stuck in a waterhole. The big cats thought it was the perfect time to attack, but they were wrong and had to flee. The snake thought it had found the perfect victim for its next meal, but it turned out to be much harder to catch, so the snake decided to go hunting elsewhere. This video will definitely surprise you, as a donkey managed to subdue a hyena that tried to attack it. Just look at how skillfully it grabbed its opponent by the neck and pinned it to the ground. Now it's clear why these wild animals always hunt in large groups. I think many of you didn't know how adorable and funny a rodent fight could be. Just take a look at this. Most animals are frightened by their reflection in the mirror. This can lead to some of the funniest and longest fights, like in this clip. And that's all from me. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and click the bell icon. Your engagement is the best reward for me. Thanks for watching. See you soon. Bye.